Are we rolling? All right. Down we go.
This is Radio Tetris International, a postcard from Poprad.
I think it's a bizarre idea.
Well, it doesn't sound very good.
We've had a bit of a rewind.
Ian, I've got something to say. I was waiting for my moment.
Lee and I have lots of fun when we do these funny little things that we do.
In all honesty, I don't get
It'll
it.
be like a menage a trois.
I'm actually sitting here in my scanties.
Now see what you've done, Rachel.
I've got to tell you, though, it's pretty hilarious.
Oh, right.
Absolutely not. It's because you mended the studio and you broke everything.
What an idiot.
RTI.
That'll be us then. We've got to say hello to Siddiq, who is a DJ, no less. Wow. Says hi. Says DJ Sid here. Hello, DJ Sid. I'll introduce Katie to you in a moment, who's in the studio. Ben's in the studio. Stefan's in the studio. But first of all, we're going to cross all the way to Manchester to say good morning, because it's morning where he is, to the one and only Mr. Banks.
Good morning. How are you? Just a minute. We have a big cheer from everybody who's in my Mancunian studio. Say hello, everybody. Hello.
That was a bit wimpish, wasn't it? Can't they do it again? Ready? 3.
Hang on, do it again. Do it loud.
3.
Yeah. Hello.
That's better. Apparently, DJ Sid is from France originally, but he's currently listening in Malaysia.
Ooh, El
you-
Cid, eh?
Yeah, I wonder how you say hello in Malaysian. I have no idea. Hello to Steve Mann, who says morning. Mitchell says hello. I'd rather call him
Is he
Michelle.
feeling better? Is he feeling better? Is
This
that
is very-
nice Mr. Mann feeling better?
Yeah, we want to know, Steve, are you feeling better now?
Is your poorly back
Because
better?
he had a really bad back during the week, and we felt really sorry for him.
Very bad back. Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
Petra says, Katie's arrived, much better looking than Lee.
Oh, thank you very much, Mrs. Petter. I'll be back there next week.
She's having a couple of lazy days at me. I've had to make my own coffee.
You've had to make your own coffee. Did you know what to do? Did you know how to do a spoon and a cup?
No, it was a bit confusing. I needed to get a manual.
Did you have to stir?
Yeah, I was good at that bit, funnily enough. Oh, Mitchell's going to call me Erica if I call him Michelle. I can live with that.
All right. Well, yeah. Erica, that's what he's like.
Steve is still bad with his bits. But we're
Don't care, Steve. Not interested.
We're not going there. They've let Lee back into the UK, says Dave. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dave. I apologise profusely, but there's nothing I could do it. Sid says, glad everyone is good. We are. We could be dying we'd be good on this programme, mate. It's the only way to do radio presentation. And he's scrolling down to more bits and bits and bits. Are these comments working? They're not coming up on my feed. Yes, they are working, Steve. They are working indeed. We shall now say hello to the lovely Katie. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, she's so timid.
Hello.
She's very quiet, aren't you?
Yeah.
Hey, quiet, Katie. Hang on. Here's a welcome from Manchester. Yay, welcome, Katie.
You need to sit a little bit closer. That's it. Now, when you shout at Lee,
Yeah.
right, because you're allowed to tell him to shut up.
Okay.
So you can be very Essex, all right?
Okay.
You want to practice?
You're not an Essex
Maybe.
girl. Don't you let your dad be rude to you.
Okay, you can start by telling him that I stole his coffee mug.
This is true. He did. He stole the coffee mug. That's Stefan in the background. So are you ready for practice?
Okay.
So when Lee talks,
Yeah.
you go like an Essex girl. Shut up.
Okay.
Go on, try it.
I don't know if I can.
Go on, go. Shut up.
Yeah, go on.
Go on, you can do it. Yes, you can.
Katie.
I can't.
Just tell him to be quiet then, is that all right?
Yeah, be quiet. Just say be quietly, and I'll tell you to shut up.
She's all nervous.
Oh, Kate, don't be nervous. It's only because you're alone in the studio with 3 men.
That's true. No, DJ Sid is asking, is everybody in London? No. In fact, there's nobody in London whatsoever. Lee is in Manchester at the moment. Normally,
Yeah, told you. Who's asking that? What knob's asking that? Sorry, what person's asking that?
this is DJ Sid in Malaysia who's asking where we are.
DJ Sid, listen.
Yes.
Manchester,
where it always rains.
the
The bottom line is, Sid, that Lee's normally here, but he's in Manchester. Our other correspondent's normally in Melbourne, Australia. And then we have a bit of a posse which changes here regularly. This week, my daughter's in the guest chair, that's Katie. And we're all in the town of Poprad in the Slovak Republic, sort of just underneath Poland a bit. Yeah. Why is it whenever Lee goes to Manchester, he always sounds like Frank Sidebottom? I have no idea. No idea.
Because I've got a pinball. Because I've got.
True. Dave Rhodes is in London, and he's on the station as well, quite regularly. Did a great show last night. Oh, all about radio. It's fantastic. Fan Debbie
We had some Manchester messages.
Go on.
Jessica says, listening, it is brilliant.
Thank you, Jessica.
Sarah says, why didn't you get in touch with... Oh, right, that's not right. Luke says, had a brilliant time listening as I drive to London. So he's going to London as well, so that'll be him and Dave Rhodes.
Well, there you go then. They'll both be in London at that point. And Katie lives in London, don't you?
Yeah.
Where do you live in London?
In Bromley, so it's...
Yeah. It's sort of South London, isn't it?
Yeah. It's about 20 minutes from the centre on a train.
There you go. You see, easy peasy. No problem at all. We'll just tell you anything on this programme.
We're doing.
Should I, Stefan? Should I tell him?
Oh no!
Should I tell him?
I am just not sure. Is he ready?
We probably ought to tell everybody. The half of the local police in Poprad have been given nearly a week's holiday, which I think is fabulous. Yeah. They said they called us up and said, they came round to the English club on the Wednesday and said, "Is it true he's gone back to England?" So we went, "Yeah, why?" And they all these policemen were popping, the party cork things and poppers and streamers everywhere. And I said, "Why? What's going on?" "We're all going on holiday. He's left the country."
It's only because I've drunk all the beer. I had to come to Britain. I'll tell you what, that's the thing about being back in Manchester.
What?
Holt's is bitter. Oh, Holt's is bitter, man. It's just the most incredible thing in the world.
Yeah. Speaking of Manchester, I'm a Manchester United fan. So what's the weather like in Manchester, says Sid?
As it always is. It just as it always is. It's pouring down with rain, or as we say in Manchester, it is tippling down. I doubt that's to do with beer as well. And it's just wet, it's cold, it's dreary, it's grey, it's just horrible, which is just the way it always is in Manchester, and that's why I love Manchester.
Yeah, because you know what they say, don't you?
No.
The sun only shines on the righteous. We've got sunshine here, and it's raining in where you are.
And it's right. Oh, right. Yeah, no, I agree. And no, but it's traditional, isn't it? God made Manchester the rainy city. It's like the rainy city in America. I can't remember which one it is, but it's like
you're thinking of the windy city.
Yeah, that's right. And in Paris, it's always raining in Paris, isn't it?
No.
Yes, it is, you cheeky monkey.
No, I'm not being cheeky monkey. Go on then, Sid. Make us all upset. He's saying it's hot in Malaysia. How hot is it in Malaysia, Sid? We want to know. We'll get on with some news now, and we want to bring Katie in on this because I'm not, but Lee is. Hang on, I'm just moving around the studio.
No, you are.
I'm young.
I'm not.
I'm young.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm younger than you. Don't start, otherwise I'll tell them.
Yeah, do you know how old we are between us? Go on then. 37.
Yes, 137.
No, it is actually, isn't it, cheeky? Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's old, isn't it?
It's 30. Oh, we're going to get the weather forecast out there. 32 degrees in Malaysia at the moment, and Sid originally grew up in Lyon, which is a lovely part of France, actually. Anyway.
Yeah, it's all raining there as well, isn't it, Sid?
Yeah, absolutely.
And how come we are starting with news and not with dead people?
Because we haven't got any.
Nobody died.
Because I didn't do
Nobody
the
died
list.
in a week.
He did the list, so he's forgotten the dead people.
I don't do dead people. It's him that does the dead people.
The dead people's the funniest part of the show. We're the only show in the world that takes the mickey out of dead people.
That's very true. Eric Young, ha ha ha, stop it. or as they say in Essex, shut up.
Shut up in your bags. Because they're all Italian.
That was Italian. Yeah, flipping it. You're going to sing the song in a minute, aren't you? Anyway, the reason we want to ask Katie questions is because...
she's young.
She's young. Everybody says that the young think totally different to older people. I don't agree with that, actually. I don't agree with that.
What, that young people don't have any brains?
No, that they think differently to older people. I think some do, some don't. Depends on whether you've got an old brain or a young brain.
Yeah, but that's not a generalisation. We just had this conversation here. A generalisation is a generalisation, and you can't mitigate a generalisation by picking on individuals. Ha ha! Think your way through that, Katie.
Just tell him to shut up.
Shut up.
You got it.
You got it. Anyway, into some news, as we're 10 minutes in, and he has not mentioned the Consumer Watch
ConsumerWatchFoundation.com. Yeah. Have a read. An exclusive about his royal bobness.
Not worth it.
By millions of people. Everybody
stop
read it.
Shouting into your phone. Don't shout.
Sorry.
Don't shout.
Next week, right, we have an exclusive interview. This is true. I'm not making it up. We have, who's it with? Gayle Thing. We can't remember. Gloria Estefan.
Gloria.
We have. It's true. It's written by a woman whose name I forget as well, Jeanette Wilkins or something, from Birmingham, which is like the... And she's writing it for us.
Apparently, I'm so old that I had to go to sea to become a DJ. Rubbish. I'll start on Mr. Rhodes in a minute if you're not careful. I'll tell you the story.
You're on the pirate.
Yeah. Anyway, the Lib Dem leader, Jo Swinson, she's one of the youngest leaders, I think, in Parliament, definitely at the moment, has agreed to meet the Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn, in the coming days after his proposal to become caretaker Prime Minister. Hello. Real talk. Freya says hello. Hello, Freya.
Hello.
Anyway, Ms. Swinson has kind of told him to, we'll talk to you, but we don't really want you. She dissed him really badly.
Like a janitor, though. He'd look really good sweeping up on a school corridor, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would, actually. But anyway, she dissed him terribly.
What did she say?
Well, she just said, no, we don't want Jeremy Corbyn as Prime Minister. We would like somebody else. And she wanted one of the leaders of the House, either a female or a male from either party, as long as it wasn't him. So, you love the UK speaking voice? Wow. And it's cool. Me cool. Do you know what my mum used to say to me? I didn't teach you to speak English the way you do on the radio. Because my mum spoke proper. Anyway, so the leader of one political party has said to the opposition main party, sorry, mate, you might be the leader of the party, but we don't want to know. We want somebody who we can rely on. And it was really, really, really... It's getting silly out there at the moment.
Excuse me.
What?
I would like to say, right, all the Steve Manns of the world saying that Boris Johnson wasn't properly elected. Right. He was into the position. Well, isn't that exactly what would happen with Jeremy Corbyn if he became the caretaker Prime Minister?
Yep, they're all just vying for something that they can't have. Tamas has joined us from Budapest. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir. I mean, this is like the United Nations here, isn't it? So, hey, what's this show about? If you don't mind explaining a little bit. Well, yes, we've got new listeners, so we should explain. It's kind of a news show. It's kind of a chat show. It's kind of a comedy show. And we just basically abuse the news from wherever it is in the world. We don't care.
You could abuse each other.
Yes, we're really good at abusing each other as well. So all is cool. And then we have friends like Stefan in the back who tries to talk and can't get a word on anywhere. And so, yes, it is a little of everything, all rolled into 1 hour, because we get too tired after that. It's just a late thing.
Something.
What?
Well, no, just interesting. A conversation we had yesterday not you and me, because we were talking yesterday, but somebody in the pub drinking, I'd had 8 pints of Alt's bitter when I came out with this gem, and it's amazing, and it's true. 8 pints of Alt's bitter, man. I've never felt so fit in my life. And if you think, right, Jeremy Corbyn is trying to scupper the next stage of us actually leaving Europe. Because that's what he wants to do. It's not because he doesn't want us to leave Europe. It's because he wants to become Prime Minister by hook or by crook. I said, the problem is, I never voted for Brexit, the same as you. I don't want us to leave Europe, but after 4 years of the country falling apart, democracy being destroyed, businesses being destroyed, we have to accept that we have to do something now instead of keep procrastinating and putting it off.
Yep.
And what everybody doesn't seem to catch on to is the fact that all the businesses in Britain have spent 4 years making plans to get out of Britain if we go for Brexit. Now, what everybody's expecting, including that nice Mr. Corbyn, is that all the people, as soon as they say, oh, we're staying in Europe now, that all these businesses have made all these plans and invested all this money. Go, oh, well, we'll stay as well, chaps. They won't. They'll still go, so our country will be scuppered as well, and we'll still be linked to Europe. Let's just get on with it and go.
I kind of agree. What do you think? I'll tell you why I'm asking the question, right? For Lee and me, it don't count, because we're too old. You're the generations that have got to live through the next 50 years with or without the EU. So what do you want?
Well, I'm not too clued up about it all, but I wasn't old enough to vote for the referendum, but I would have voted to remain.
Right. Because?
It was just more about how businesses were affected and how the living cost of everything will go up, and there was just so many more cons than pros to it in my eyes. But it was annoying how you could have a lot of the older generation voting, and they were voting on more, in my eyes, harsh views and not taking everything into evaluation. And they don't have to necessarily see through the consequences, whereas I do, and I didn't have a choice.
Because you got to live through them. Yeah.
Katie, ask Katie a question.
Go on.
Well, Katie, aren't we in the situation now that this has gone on for so long that we need to do something? And it's gone on for so long that the consequences of A, doing nothing, or rescinding on what we've decided to do is going to be far more damaging than us going out and taking our chances with the rest of the world. It's not an ideological statement. Isn't that just a purely practical statement?
I think at this stage there isn't anything positive that can come out of anything that we do. Although I
think you're right.
Sorry?
I think you're right. I think that's absolutely right, yeah.
Yeah, and I do believe that another referendum would be ideal, but then again, you've got the whole, well, what's the point in democracy if we do that? Because it's then just giving a chance to vote against everyone else.
Yes.
Yeah, go on, Lee.
Oh no, sorry, Dick, I was just agreeing with your very intelligent, very charming, very pretty, very attractive young lady daughter woman.
Oh right, oh blimey. You see, the problem I've got with all of this is it's rather like we were talking. I think it was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah. About
Brexit and what wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
And Katie didn't know that a deal has already been done, where she can fly over and see her dad whenever she wants, without a visa, and equally people can go from Slovakia to the UK without any visa after the Brexit or non-Brexit or whatever. Nothing is going to change because deals have been done. The same has happened with Spain, with Greece and many other countries. And so in actual fact, whatever anybody's pontificating about trying to be Prime Minister or not Prime Minister or something, is actually making no difference because countries are doing their own deals anyway.
Here's a question for you, Mr. Wiltshire.
Yes, sir.
If we go for a no-deal Brexit on the 31st of October, when will it actually come into action? Will it come into action that day, or will we procrastinate again for the next 3?
You've got another 2 years.
So nothing's going to change.
Yeah. So which it won't. There's a whole. It's so screwed up because even when you get the Brexit date, then what kicks in is a 2-year negotiation scheme.
And we stay in the EU.
Basically, yes.
So this whole process, and the reason I'm asking is because we were told by the police that we had to have our car registered in Poprad by the 31st of October, because then if not, we will become a third country. We will not be any longer. Of course we will.
No. That's different because the goods part of it, as opposed to the people part of it, will change a little bit.
But nothing dramatic, and it won't happen on the 31st of October.
No, it won't. It's ridiculous. I'm going to do some messages quickly before we get on to the next news. So you just think the politicians have let you down?
Yeah.
Totally. Mm-hmm. Right. And do you agree with the statement that Jeremy Corbyn came in, was offering lots of sweeties, but then didn't give you the sweeties?
Yeah. I think he did that a lot with students a while back as well, saying he could grant all this extra money and all this extra funding, but it wasn't going to come from anywhere because there was nowhere for it to come from.
Right.
So he has a lot of empty promises to please people, and then once he gets into that bit, he can't deliver.
So do you and your friends talk about politics at all? Like Boris Johnson, Jeremy Corbyn, that sort of thing?
Occasionally, but I don't know too much about it anymore because I used to find it interesting, but it got to more of an annoying part where it's just... It's a load of rubbish.
They're all a load of rubbish.
Is that true, though? Has politics become a load of rubbish? A lot of misleading, cant and emptiness?
You spoke to your mates about it before. Mm-hmm. Now you stopped. Mm-hmm. Well, that just tells you everything about the politicians. They're out of touch with the kids.
Interesting thing for me is that actual English politicians are the same as Slovak politicians. Rubbish.
Yes. See, it's all the same. I'm going to do a couple of quick messages because one of them is really important, Lee. First of all, Sid says, I used to do a music radio show, all 90s songs. Well, Sid, if you want to do another one, you're very welcome to get in touch with us and we'll see what we can do to help you. Free Real Talk, this gentleman, he said, it's about time a blind man such as myself can enjoy a radio show that requires no graphics. Or very little graphics.
Great, thanks.
Thank you, you're very welcome. And we agree 100% with you. Do you have any other forms of social media? I like this type of stuff. We're all over the place with this particular programme. Oh, hello, it's Ray Hadley. Hello, Ray Hadley.
Who's Ray Hadley?
Ray Hadley's Ray Hadley, of course, don't you know?
Who is he?
Ray Hadley.
I don't know who he is.
He's such a Machiavellish guy.
Well, it says you're Ray Hadley on the screen in front of me. I've got too many screens going. It's doing my head in.
Oh, I'm Ray Anyway, hello, Ray.
Hello, Ray.
So you're very nice.
Hello.
Nobody's heard of
There you go, Ray. She said hello to you as well. Gosh. And this was the lady 25 minutes ago said, I'm not talking on the radio.
Who isn't? Katie?
Yeah.
Keep talking, Katie. You might disappear.
Right. We move on. We'll do some more of your messages in a few minutes. But first of all, Arsenal player Mesut Ozil and Sead Kolasinac have got caught up in a gang warfare in London. They're now having to get guard dogs, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And the fact is... What?
This has been going on for a month.
I know!
It's ridiculous. But why have these two particular footballers got involved in this incredible thing? They've been chased down the road and had to disappear into a police station 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. And what it's actually brought out is the fact that this is all gang related. Which brings me back to where are we? No, we'll do it in a minute. Actually, the gang-related knife crime thing, because I got so angry during the week. Really, I did. I nearly crushed a grape. I was so angry.
Did you skin it first?
Yes.
Get sticky then.
Yes. But anyway, they are having to do all this stuff purely because of the gangs getting control. And further to that, there was a man in his 60s actually injured in a stabbing outside the Home Office in the middle of London.
I know. What about the bloke, the solicitor?
Yeah, I'm coming to that in a minute.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and this guy was in Marsham Street just after 1 p.m. That's not 1 a.m., it's 1 p.m., it's the afternoon. A man was found with knife injuries and was taken to hospital for treatment. His injuries are not life-threatening, which is a good thing. A 29-year-old has been arrested on suspicion of grievous bodily harm and possession of a CS spray. He's been taken to London police station and remains in custody. Now, the point is that in this very week where you've got knife crime, somebody had a bright idea. And they said we should share the stories about knife crime with young people to tell them how bad it is. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a flipping amazing idea because Stefan might remember, I think it was about 5 or 6 years ago, there was a lot of problems in Bratislava due to British people coming here, drinking too much and getting drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was huge problems. And so what the Foreign and Commonwealth Office did, and that was really smart, they got thousands and thousands of beer mats made saying to people that if you drink the beer, it's liable to make you drunk. We can't help you if you get arrested. We can't do anything. So, use your sense and off you go. And so this week, in every chicken shop in London, and it's rolling out across the country, it's a play on words. It's a knife-free chicken box. So instead of your normal red box for the people that sell you chicken, it's a black box, right? And it says knife-free because there's only a fork inside. But when you lift the lid up, it gives you, and these people who are in there, I'm just so proud of them, sharing horrific stories of what it's like when you're part of the family and somebody gets murdered through knife crime.
Excuse me?
Yes.
You can't stab somebody with a fork, then?
Well, no, of course not, because it's a plastic one. But the whole point is they are raising awareness of the problem of knife crime in the places where the youngsters go, i.e. the chicken shops. And what did Diane Abbott do? Said it was stupid. Said it was stupid.
She did. In a way, it is stupid because not all kids eat chicken. More people go to McDonald's. At least this company, like you say, are having a go.
Yeah, but the bottom line is, Lee, this age group, they don't watch television because they're not into TV and watching the news, are you?
No,
didn't think so. They don't read newspapers. Why would they? Because they've got it all on their phones. And so it's an alternative method of getting the message out.
Why does the message not go out on phones? Why does the news coverage on phones not talk about it then? Why do you need a chicken shop doing it? Well, that's not really world media, is it?
Well, no, because they don't read newspapers on your phone, do you?
No, but also...
But they read news services.
Yeah, but do you subscribe to news services?
No.
No. There was a frown.
So you don't know anything that's going on in the world, Casey? You have no knowledge of world news?
Not particularly, no, because when it's on the actual news and stuff like that, it's just... It's not portrayed in an interesting way, and it's just very... It's boring.
That's incredible. I tell you what, and I hold my profession to task over that, and I've said it for a long time. Eric will back me up on this. I've said it for a long time, that newspapers have let themselves down by not telling people what newspapers are about. But if young people are not involving themselves in world news and don't know what's going on, then it's not the young people. It's like teachers who say that it's the child who failed as a child, not the teacher who failed as a teacher. Well, newspapers and the news media are failing as news media because we are not engaging with young people.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And Steve asked, but do young people read chicken boxes? Well, they do, Steve, because they have to open the box, and on the inside cover of the box, the lid, which is what you have to put your hand in, there are these graphic images and words about knife crime. You cannot miss them. It's a brilliant idea. And anybody who says, oh, it's stupid, I'm sorry, you're the stupid one for saying it's stupid. Or you're completely
What if you're a vegetarian, though? Seriously, what if you're a vegetarian? What if you don't like chicken? What if you go to McDonald's? What if you don't?
I don't disagree, Lee. But if you don't start somewhere, you never get started.
I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked at the news media not understand. I understand this as far as newspapers are concerned. Newspaper industry is still a massive, massive, gigantic industry. Mm-hmm. But we are letting ourselves down. And now to find out that news services on the internet are letting young people down as well, it's shocking. I was shocked, you?
Yeah, kind of a bit, because I kind of half agree with this comment that journalists don't communicate with the public anymore. They're just mouthpieces for their proprietors, which I don't agree with.
No, that's untrue.
That's wrong. But the first bit is absolutely right. I don't think that a lot of journalists will engage with different age groups, different demographics of wherever they happen to be. And if you look at our programme in particular, we are very blessed, and I thank you all for it. You're lovely people, because we have a broad church of people that listen to the programme, contribute to the programme, with all different political views, from all different parts of the world, as we've already heard today. And so we're engaging with, I'm not saying a global audience, but an audience of regular people of all age groups, political stances, and do you know what? We can do that. So why can't other journalists do it?
Absolutely. So we're actually agreeing 100% on everything that we've just been saying.
Yep, absolutely.
See, the ethos of the news industry always has been, it's taken out of context, but it's right, is hatch, match and dispatch.
Correct.
And that is how you and I actually do our news service.
Okay.
And people are forgetting. It's incredible. I'm really shocked.
I know you are. Hi to, and if I get this wrong, sir, sorry, Rafika, I believe.
Right.
He says, hello. Hello!
Hello!
Hello. I've got to tell you a bit, we've got to do a proper bit of serious broadcasting for a minute now.
Don't pass me by after.
Don't pass me by?
Yes, song.
That's an old song.
That's what I've just said.
See, that proves his age. I know about this song because I saw it on a CD. I saw it on a CD once, which was called "Songs from World War II."
How did it go? Can you remember?
Don't pass me by.
I love you.
That's the one. Oh, shush! No,
but I'm shocked. I'm shocked how vegan and vegetarian people are discriminated again.
Why?
Nobody in Manchester understands you, Stefan.
I don't know how far this discrimination can go for all of us who occasionally do eat mostly vegetables.
Hey, what? You eat?
The news are in a box of people who are eating chickens and all the rest of the world.
But chicken's not food anyway.
No?
No.
How come?
It's not food. It's like people say it's food. I go, well, no, it's chicken.
Everybody tastes like chicken.
Well,
and then they go,
why is chicken not food?
Well, because it's not sort of quite heavy, normally black and white skin, eats grass, and if you get the expensive stuff, they drink beer as well, if you get the Japanese one, which is wonderful.
Beer?
They give it to cows.
Who does?
The Japanese.
Give cows beer?
No, but chickens aren't food. It's like rabbits not food. Like...
That's only because you can't catch them.
Well, I can. Anyway...
I'm getting confused over here.
No, because chicken is chicken, right? Chicken is chicken. Rabbit is rabbit. Pork is pork. Food is meat. And meat comes from a cow. It's the only food.
Is pork not meat?
No.
And chicken's not meat?
No.
What about beef burgers?
Yes.
They're meat, yeah. Kebabs, they're meat.
They're lamb. Well, it depends on where you get them. In England, they're lamb. Here, they're veal. So the veal ones here, they're okay, but the English normal ones, no.
Oh, no, what a load of rubbish.
Okay, you know what? Let's go further because I am totally confused over here right now.
Okay, right, go on, Stefan.
because you, Stefan.
Go on, Stefan. Why are you confused?
Just I thought I know what I ate today, and right
What did
now
you eat today?
I discovered that I didn't have had any food.
What did you have to eat then?
I don't know. I thought I had a chicken, but it's obviously not food anymore.
Oh, God.
Yeah, wait.
Actually, do you want to share what we're having for dinner tonight?
Beef burgers.
Yeah, but they're not like normal
Well,
beef. They're not like beef burgers, are they?
Are you going to restart?
Yeah.
They're homemade beef burgers. Anyway,
Who's made them?
me.
You made them.
Yeah. Do they smell nice?
They'll be emptying.
They do smell quite nice, actually.
Ha!
I know. But they're beautiful. I think you should have your own burger van. I just think that's your future.
Right. We'll get on to some serious bits now. I've got some.
No, you passed me by. I said, don't pass me by.
I'm not passing you by. I'm going back to a comment about what you were saying before. When you finished arguing with me.
Go on.
Dave says, when it comes down to it, the broadcast news services have not changed over the years. They are still stuck in the past. Young people, hang on, I've got to make this one bigger. Young people don't want a stuffed shirt who looks like a bank manager telling them the news. The world is now short sound bites, vloggers generation. There is a place for long news shows, but the youngsters don't want it that way. Produce a news show that looks like a video log, and you may get a younger audience. And I agree. I totally agree.
Hi, David.
I agree, David, totally. And if you think about it from the stance of where most of our audience comes to this show, I had this argument with somebody, debate yesterday, and there are many ways to communicate on the internet as a radio studio. And one of the early ones was called Shoutcast. And if we're lucky, we might get 5 people.
That was for me.
We might get 5 people listening on Shoutcast. The rest of our audience all comes from radio on TV services, which you've got on the internet, including the Xbox, which is Mixer, the YouNow, Facebook Live, da-di-da-di-da. All of those different services, which we have dozens of them, which drives me mad because I have to try and work it out when it goes wrong. Those are the places we have the audience. And the purpose is this. I don't believe that anybody anymore can command that the audience comes to them. The broadcaster has to go to where the audience is. And if they don't, they'll die.
I think you're absolutely right. And
Whoa! Whoa!
No, it's a salutary tale for people like me and you. It's a salutary tale for every newspaper editor in the world. And we're right. Let's do a campaign. I at the ConsumerWatchFoundation.com, I'm going to start a campaign. IR, do you see perfect English there? IR going to start a campaign.
What?
What?
I are going to start a campaign. Oh,
IR!
I are. He talks rubbish, doesn't he?
Just a bit.
I aren't.
I aren't.
Just 2 minutes ago, I started to think that I didn't hear Consumer Watch Foundation for quite a long time today. And now it came.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He did at the beginning of the show, but...
No, I did it first.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah,
okay.
He did. ConsumerWatchFoundation.com.
I said that before.
You did? What did you say? ConsumerWatchFoundation.com. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I said the Consumer Watch Foundation.
Yeah,
I said
I
the
heard
Consumer
him
Watch
say
Foundation as well. Hang on.
Foundation.
Dorothy, say ConsumerWatchFoundation.com.
ConsumerWatchFoundation.com.
We've got Dorothy on the radio! Yay! That's a first.
ConsumerWatchFoundation.com.
Oh my word! That was rather forceful, wasn't it?
False lady.
Hello, Stephen. Stephen James is here. We've got to behave now.
Who's Stephen?
No, he's
Well, what's the age?
he's one
Remember,
of...
I can't see the screens here.
That's tough. You shouldn't have gone there. Stephen and I have probably known each other without meeting each other for decades, but that's because we're radio
That's the best
geezers.
place to know, Eric.
Stop. That's because we're radio type geezers.
Full of hot wind and wet.
Don't you just want to slap him? Talking of...
I'm talking about like in Yellowstone Park with Yogi.
Oh, right. We've got to do this story because it's important.
You've not done mine yet. You're not doing it till I've done mine.
This is more important.
No, it isn't. This is to do with... This is real breaking news. This isn't a regurgitation of what's happened weeks ago. This is happening now.
Go on, then.
Manchester, hang your head in shame. In Boggart Hold Clough in Moston, only a couple of days ago, a makeshift hatchet was found buried and it was covered in blood. Now, even here in the sleepy climes of Moston, people are hatcheting each other for whatever reason. Right. Disgusting.
This is a bigger story.
No,
I'm serious. This really, really is.
Brilliant.
This is a public service broadcast now. Please listen if you are in Wales, the northwest of and southwest of England. Please, please, please pay attention. There's a weather alert being put out by the Met Office. In some areas, it's possible that 2 weeks' rain will fall in the next few hours. Even up where the dam nearly burst the other week. They're getting...
Nowhere near Wales?
No, I said Wales, northwest, southwest England.
I didn't hear that because I wasn't listening.
Yeah, thank you. And so that they're predicting it could be as much as 107 millimetres of rain, 90 millimetres in the southwest, and it will possibly lead to severe flooding in the same way as it did at the end of last month. And they're expecting a lot of roads...
What's going to happen with that reservoir?
Well,
what's going to happen with the reservoir?
I think the reservoir has been pumped so low that it'll be okay this time. But what I'm suggesting people do is keep your eyes open, keep listening to other things, keep watching the TV, whatever. In any way you can, find out if roads are going to be blocked. And if there is a lot of rain and you don't have to drive, don't go out.
Out in your southwester?
No, because all you end up doing is getting stuck. And then when you get stuck, the emergency services have to risk their lives to come and
get... A bit of rain, Eric.
What?
It's a bit of rain, Eric.
Do you know... of course, you're not... No, you're old, aren't you?
I'm a Mancunian. I understand rain.
Yeah, but do you understand how much 107 millimetres of rain is?
It's 46 inches, but it falls over a few hours. That dissipates into about half an inch every hour.
No, so the problem is the countryside is already very, very wet from the last month, and so when it rains this time, the flooding is going to be high. So just be sensible. If you don't
put your sou'wester on.
If you don't need to travel, don't go. Just don't go. Keep your eyes on the TV news as well. And my friend starts her first job as a security guard tonight. Not the best day to start. Absolutely not.
Well, there won't be any criminals out because it's too wet.
Yeah. Well, somebody wants to know, Katie, how do you cope with me?
Oh, I don't. A lot of coffee.
You need to talk into your microphone, dear. That's better. Again?
I don't, but a lot of coffee helps.
Right, you can cook your own tea tonight, blow you. I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to sulk. Steve's going to go mad.
Oh, no. What, that nice Steve man?
Yes. There's a person on you now with the nickname, The Annoying Jeremy, who says, I ain't dying.
He's not in, isn't he?
No, I'm very pleased about that. 7 teenagers have been arrested after a man was stabbed to death with a screwdriver outside Greggs in Newcastle. Get this, 2 15-year-olds, 4 17-year-olds have all been arrested on suspicion of murder. Unbelievable.
Well, you know why? This bloke tried to interfere with them, that's the wrong word, but tried to stop them in a bit of an altercation outside there, apparently, and that's what absolutely shameful. That's why I was telling you about that hatchet being found in Boggart Old Clough. Disgusting.
Yeah, absolutely disgusting. Very sad news for about a gentleman called John Williams, who's dedicated his life to cricket. He was 80 years old. He was serving as an umpire in West Wales. Batsman hits the ball, it goes up in the air, hits him on the head, rushed to hospital, and he dies. It's sad.
It is sad.
Then why are you laughing?
We're not laughing, we're crying.
Oh, really? Is he laughing or crying?
She started.
I think I'll stay out of this one.
What do you mean you stay out of this one? Yeah.
Oh, dear. I'm on the air.
In San Antonio, in the US of A, police are searching for a serial wedding crasher. And this person turns up as if they're invited to the wedding. They go in, and then they nick all the wedding gifts and run away. That's horrible, isn't it? I think that's terrible.
I've got a really brief story to tell you about something very similar to that.
Hold on. But I know we've got a lot of listeners in America. If you do know anything about it, there's a post on the Commonwealth County Crime Stoppers Facebook page. You try saying that. Commonwealth County Crime Stoppers Facebook page. There's information on there. And apparently there's a $4,000 reward up there as well. So if you could help find this horrible woman who blags away... Yeah.
Naughty woman.
Yeah, there's... Actually, if you go to that page... there's a bit of CCTV, I think it is, that they've got. So it's on the Cornwall County Crime Stoppers Facebook page. I'm struggling to say that. There's a picture of that. If you see her, tell the police, for goodness sake, because you can't believe how heartbreaking it would be to... it's your wedding day and somebody nicks all the presents. Dave's put a link on to the Met Office on Facebook for everybody if they want to have a look. Met Office.
It's a bit of rain, David. A bit of rain.
No comment. It's a bit of rain.
Can I tell you my story now, please?
What?
Who?
What?
Have you gone?
I can't hear you, mate.
Have you little liar.
Mitchell says, what about people who have to top up their electric and gas meters? They have to go out. Well, I know, but you can do it now.
Of course you do.
Do it before it starts raining.
Or put your sou'wester on. And your wellies.
Yeah. You look like Paddington Bear.
Well, that's it, yeah. Paddington Bear, nice. He got married to Yogi, you know, and they had loads of little baby bears, and it was lovely, and that's where the geese was from. Can I tell you my story now?
If you must.
I must.
Okay.
Right, this is a true story. I will have this verified. Is this story true, Andrea?
Yes.
See, she doesn't even know what I'm going to say. She just makes it up, doesn't she?
Yeah, but hold on a minute. My secret webcam shows me you just gave her £50.
I didn't give a fig. You can get lost. I'll give her £3, and she thinks herself lucky.
Yeah,
and
we know
anyway.
We know who holds the purse strings in that house, don't we?
Yeah, we know who wears the pants.
We do. We also know who's in charge of the furniture, the cars, the property, the work ethos. It's not Mr. Banks.
No, I am an emancipated man.
No, you're just a slave to Andrea, as it should be.
Only when I've got my gimp mask on. That's disgusting. I wish I hadn't said that now. I'm a bit shocked.
I think you should go away. Hi to Eva, who's just joined us. Where have you been? Goodness sake. So, are you...
Story?
Let him tell the story, because he will bugger with it till the end of the show.
I know he'll bother and bother and bother forever. Shall we take a vote on it?
I think we should let him.
You're on Lee's side?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, of course she is. She's intelligent. Don't watch the news, though.
It's only to shut you up.
Well, it's like our news today. It's all negative stuff, blinking thing.
It isn't. This is funny. Well, it's not funny. It's negatively funny. It's negatively funny.
Negatively funny. You sure it's not positively negative?
No, this is like the YouTube of the creative mind. This is painting pictures in words.
Now you're really worrying me.
No, it's true. Let me tell you, then you can decide. You ready? I'm going.
Ready.
Now count me in.
I won't.
Why?
Well, because then I might interrupt you.
No, I'll start when you finish counting me in.
Right, 3, 2,
We're
1.
professionals. We know how to do this.
3, 2, 1, go.
Right. See, you interrupted me.
Was that too fast?
Yeah, do it again. Do it like a grown up.
3, 2, 1. Lift off. That's another mission to Mars on the way. Go on, go.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody who's listening, including Rachel. This is a true story, and I witnessed it happening. There was a young man whose name shall be nameless in this process because of legal reasons, and also I don't want to upset his family because there's dozens of them. He was in our local pub around Christmas time when he got barred. He was thrown out of the pub because he'd been a bit of a naughty boy. And then, so what he did, see, back to that conversation. What he did, right, he got in his car and he drove home and he got all the dozen, he had a baker's dozen of children, and he got them all to go in unison through the back door in the pub, and they nicked all the Christmas buffet and took it home and ate it. Isn't that terrible?
That's shocking. That's
It was
horrible.
really funny, though.
It's a bit
Why?
funny.
That's not horrible. That's funny.
It's horrible.
That was divine retribution. They shouldn't have barred him from the pub.
Yes, they
so he
should.
came round and nicked the Christmas buffet. Good on you, nameless one.
Anyway, for Rachel, as I know she's listening, getting better, which is good. Virgin Galactica, or Galactic,
Drive one.
as they've said, the world's first specifically designed commercial spaceport is now operationally functional. So my question is, would you go up into space if you could?
Who you asking,
Oh.
Katie?
Katie,
I'd say yes now, but when it came to it, I'd probably chicken out.
Ben? Ben will go. Ben will go. See, he's like me. Here you go. No problem.
Stefan.
Stefan?
Yeah, definitely. I would go.
You'd go, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ben and Stefan can go. You would just have to sit down and wait for them to come back again.
I've been known as a spaceman all my life.
No, space junkie. Spaced out junkie.
I love you. Thank you. That's the best description I've had of me for years.
Anyway, the good news is the Virgin Galactic space station is now fully operational. They're getting close to their maiden flight, which I think
Have you ever met a galactic virgin?
Well, kind of, yes.
See, that's why, because they don't have an insert on the front.
No, well, I know, but I've kind of met one. Because Richard Branson is the owner, and I've met him, so therefore I've met one.
He's a spaceman.
He's a lovely man.
He's an alien.
He's a lovely man.
And he looks like Jeremy Corbyn.
I would just suggest, let's say, live long and prosper to this galactic virgin.
I quite agree with that. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And with your fingers played
Yeah,
at the time.
you'd try it, mate,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Yeah, we would. We like that. Shoppers in Britain have given retailers a surprise boost in July, helped by the strongest growth in online sales since May 2016. We're all going. The Office of National Statistics, who are not that part of the government, are actually saying people are running out and buying stuff. Unbelievable. Have you been buying stuff?
Probably all me.
Probably all. Yeah, Katie likes shopping. Oh,
Does she?
oh. Does she?
What's the
whatever?
last big purchase you did, Katie?
Sorry?
What was the last big purchase you did?
Well, we went
t-shirt,
shopping
yeah.
yesterday and I went to, was it Pandora?
Oh yes.
Oh.
Yeah, we went to Pandora, and then we went to another one, and then we went to another one.
And the week before I spent quite a lot in a Kurt Geiger. Anything
On a
with a
what?
design on it.
No, actually, you spent in an electrical shop,
Yeah,
Pandora,
yeah.
somewhere else.
A pink glitzy shop.
Oh yeah, this whole shop in Poprad is full of pink stuff for girls. I didn't go in. Ben was brave. He went in. I didn't go
Actually,
in.
do you know what that shop is?
What?
Yoo-hoo.
What?
That's where Dada works.
Oh, right. Is it really?
That's it. She is the pink, glitzy lady of Poprad. You know, like you have the Catwoman of Woodseaves and things like that. She's the pink, glitzy
right.
lady of Poprad.
Okay. Got a message from Farouk, who says, I am the chairman of the New Friends Radio Listeners Club in Pakistan. Lovely to have you with us.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Farouk, you're going to be upset with me because we don't do QSL cards.
No, sorry.
Don't do those, mate. Sorry. We say hello to people on the radio. We love doing that. And that's how you find out, or other people find out if you were listening or not, something like that. Right. Well, you're going to squeeze one or two more stories in.
Don't say out.
Pardon?
I was just warning you not to say the word out at the end of that. I am going to squeeze a couple. And I said, don't say out.
I was going to be nice to you.
That's very nice of you, thank you.
I'm gonna
I
do
was being nice to you. I was saving your reputation on the radio.
Some chance of that. This is really funny. A South London bandstand associated with David Bowie has been Grade 2 listed, so it can, and I quote, inspire people for years to come. Right.
Yeah.
Right. How?
That's right.
How's it going to inspire people?
It's a bandstand.
It's in Beckenham. It's not far from you.
No,
Isn't
not
it?
at all.
That's Kent.
Yes, Beckenham in Kent. Kent, the garden of England. It is the
Yeah,
garden.
they got a bandstand. What's wrong with having a bandstand? There's a bandstand in Central Park for John Lennon, who was shot there. In fact, Davy Bowie lived just round the corner from there.
Well, that's true.
And he was upset because John Lennon had a bandstand and he didn't. So he had one in Beckenham, Kent.
All right. Oh, my word. We've got to go in a minute. We must say hello to some other people as well. Hi to Marek. Hi to Emily. Hello, Emily.
Hello, Emily.
Say hello, Emily. Say hello, Emily.
Hello, Emily.
There you go. Mitchell apparently has got loads of QSL cards from his ham radio days. I gave them all away.
Is ham meat?
No. It's pork.
So you can't eat QSL cards then?
No. Can't eat your QSL cards at all. We could probably... Oh, yeah, I love this. A pensioner spent 8 days with his dentures made up of a metal plate and 3 front teeth stuck in his throat after he had surgery and he didn't even know about it.
How?
I don't know. The 72-year-old anonymous man had an operation, and I suspect there's a legal case going on because everything's... We don't know the name of that. We don't know the name of this. Anyway, the good news is it was reported in the BMJ, in the case reports, which is the medical journal, that he's been sent home and he was prescribed mouthwash, antibiotics and steroids to treat what the doctors thought was actually having a tube stuck down his throat. It wasn't at all. It was his teeth stuck down his throat.
Gosh.
I know. And do I remember when you sent off postal orders to get radio news? Yes, I remember that. In fact, there was a lot of that used to go on. In fact, newspapers used to do that all the time.
And we have an interesting news about Emily.
Go on.
Emily turned out 18 yesterday, as far as I recall.
Yes, there you go. Emily was 18 yesterday. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Emily!
Get your thing written for the Consumer Watch Foundation. Now you're 18, you're a grown-up and you can do it, and you can do it in joined-up writing.
May the force be with you.
Yeah, may the force be with you. We like that one. Lee, what are you up to at the weekend? Lee, what are you up to at the weekend?
What am I up to at the weekend? I am basically going to be drinking Holtz's bitter and eating meat and potato pies. It is absolutely glorious to be able to have a meat and potato pie and 8 pints of Holtz's bitter. It is brilliant.
Say goodbye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Here's a big bye-bye from everybody here. Bye! Bye!
Bye, Manchester.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Manchester. We'll turn that one down. You're flying back to England tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get a whole house to myself for a change. Wow. Thank you for your company. Thank you for your
having me.
contribution. See, it wasn't as bad as you thought, was it?
No.
Was it nerve-wracking?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Hi, Ben. See you later. Chat. No, you can't wave on the radio. You have to speak.
Bye.
Bennett. We've got 15 seconds. Stefan, say goodbye.
Bye-bye. Have a nice weekend.
We'll see you all again soon. Have a lovely week until next week. That was, believe it or not, Postcard from Poprad.
The Station of the Stars. RTI.